Alright, so I just watched this documentary on Otaku life and like the things otakus will do for their idols and whatnot. I think it's called Tokyo Life? Tokyo something. Whatever it was insane, it was fucked up, it was weird. I'm really want to talk about it because I'm really beyond interested about the prospect of obsessing over an artist or a creator. Um, to start off, the documentary has this weird, creepy. I don't know. It gives this weird, creepy vibe that I feel like cannot be explained. Um, unless seen. It's like a creepy, obsessive vibe, but it's played off. In a cutesy way. It's so odd. It makes no sense as to why. And again, that's why I really recommend just seeing it. But the main point I really want to hammer home is the way these people handle themselves and how self-neglectful they are, and how aware of how they're self-neglecting. I really found it fascinating that these people have basically given up on finding a wife, finding um, not necessarily the happiness they strive towards the happiness they think they deserve, and not the happiness they do deserve, if that makes sense. So they believe that this otaku life, excuse me, is what's gonna make them happy, is what gives them fulfillment. But all it does is reinforce like the self-doubt they have already within them. It doesn't help like their conviction within getting married or having kids or building a life or investing your life into something that you love and genuinely loves you back, right? With these idols, and content creators especially, but more so the smaller idols, yes, there is a reciprocation of appreciation and love, or of love, sorry, I should rephrase that. There is an appreciation of love both ways, but one panders towards kind of like sexual type of love, the love you'd find in like a fairy tale story, right? Where like they feel complete with one another. The other love coming from the idol is appreciative. Even if they reciprocate that, there has to be a line drawn in the sand to state like, no, you cannot be going to people and asking for attention so that you feel good about yourself, because that's all it is. It's just this like feeling of I need attention and I need love because I'm not getting it right now. And it's just giving up on yourself, and I just see it as really sad and pathetic, and I hate watching it. I really wish like the best for that guy, mainly the Rio guy. He's head over heels for her, and he won't shut up about how awesome she is. But through that, it feels like he fails to see the value in himself. You know, it's really fascinating how it works. It's so obsessive, so messed up. The guy was saying he spent 2 grand a year, a month. Fuck a year. What the fuck? 2 grand a month. That's 24,000 in a year on a girl that just loves you in an appreciative way, to fill, because she's filling a void that you have. I just see it as really fucked up, way beyond like comprehensible levels of like sanity to me, because it just feels like that industry of otakuism is like exploiting like um social like deficiencies, if that makes sense. Like maybe one guy's not social enough and they feel a need to like communicate what they want to communicate, but they don't have the social skills. So instead of actually going out and attempting to build those skills, even if you fail, you are still building something. They go out and they go online with these or idols, not K-pop. That's a whole nother fucking demon. But these idols, these Japanese idols, and they obsess over them and worship them because They feel like this is the easiest way to socialize, but sometimes you just gotta fucking grit your teeth and like push with that shit. And I really hate it. I really feel bad. I think they're selling themselves short. This is a guy that clearly has genuine care and affection for women, but it just feels like predatory from anyone else's perspective. Because no shit, she's 22, he's 43, right? Going to these concerts, and his room is filled with this chick, and it's just fucking wild. Was super cool. And I'm watching this thing, and I'm like, what the fuck is. And there's a fucking district dedicated to otakuism. So it just encourages more. And I feel like at the end of the day, the issue is these fucking managers, these fucking money hungry fuckers in this industry that are pulling as many emotional strings as possible to get a quick buck. It's these socially built, mentally sound, confident, yet super scummy and like people who are willing to like fly off of the moral compass just for a quick buck. I feel like at the top of this district and this industry are just a bunch of these fuckers that like are pulling at as many emotional heartstrings as humanly possible, and it's fucked up. And I don't even know. Like, I really think the guy in the video talking about them getting banned. I think the guy's idea of saying otak idols should be banned to some extent is okay. But I think the interaction should be far less. The handshake should be no. Because it's like stimulating and it like encourages this feeling of like I can get with this person. She's gonna love me. She'll appreciate me. Like, bitch, no. Bitch, no. There's no sense of like love being connected back to you, and it gets fucking worse. The longer the video goes on, the younger the ages get, going as low as 10 fucking years old. 10. Like, there are literally 40-year-olds watching 10-year-olds sing. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, imagine if that happened here with Ryan's toy review, or like little Jake Paul, the mini Jake Paul that like walked around in Team 10 house for a bit. Like, fuck, dude. I don't. The FBI would be on that shit, but it's cool. It's cool in Japan for some reason. And I really think that whole industry is super scummy, super evil, super malicious, and yeah, fuck this whole like idol thing. Damn. All right, there's just one more thing left, right? And it has to do with the whole fan base, kind of making it a little hard for like normal people. Okay, fuck, that's a little mean, but like just run of the mill type of people to interact with the idol culture and like these idols, right? It's really hard sometimes for some people. I'm not saying all people are like this, right? But I'm just saying some people just feel like if a fan base is shit enough, they feel the need to stay away from that game or the music, right? Things like League of Legends and Overwatch, where the fan base is either just toxic 14-year-olds or just porn like enthusiasts, right? It kind of makes it hard for just a normal person to play the game when they're aware of the mentality the overall community has. And I think I can definitely see that being a problem. Maybe not in Japan, but definitely like around the world where it's just these older dudes that are just jamming out and fucking boogieing to like these underage girls. And it's really weird. It's really creepy, and I think a lot of people will struggle like coming to terms with that, right? Um, and you don't have that with big global people. Like you don't have that with Drake. You don't have that with BTS. You don't have that with Bad Bunny, where these massive icons have significantly older or like super kinky fans, right? In all honesty, I bet you most BTS fans are like normies, 100%, because there's just so many of them. It's bound to average out. It's not like BTS fans are more fucking savage or something. They're not some fucking Neanderthals swinging around their clubs. But again, with the idol thing, it's so hard to approach them, and it's so hard to approach approach just in general artists that have these cult like fan bases because of the fan base being so protective, so touchy about the subject of their like star that they're trying to worship. And it's just really hard. It's just really hard to get over. For me personally, I think that's the biggest hurdle. If hypothetically by some delusional divine miracle I decide to get into idols, I or choose to maybe dabble with it a bit, I don't think I could because again, these guys are just fucking just oddballs out the ass, and it just rubs me the wrong way. You know what I mean?